Hi, this is Ken. By the time you see this, it's going to be November 1st, 2018. I like to say November 1st, 1918. Well, that's the story about one of our great train disasters, the Franklin Avenue Shuttle or the Malbone Street Disaster. All right, let's go to the video. Bye. Hi, this is Ken. Welcome back to my channel. We're at Bethel Park in the Bronx. This is the home of the B and the D train. Of course, on the weekdays, it is the B's Norton Terminal during rush hour, morning and evening, and the rest of the time down to 45th Street. Well, it's also called the Brighton Express because it goes all the way down to Brighton Beach. Nice 4-track line down there at the end. Now, today's story is about the predecessor of the B train, which is the Brooklyn Rapid Transit's version of the Brighton Express. And unfortunate situations that occurred within a few days led to a disastrous accident. So we're going to take a little trip in time, like 100 years, without actually using a time machine. So sit back and watch the. Oh, I can't say these things. So sit back and enjoy the teleprompter. Somebody once said. Anyway. Hi, this is Ken. I'm at City Hall Park, and you see City Hall over here. And if you look across, this is where the Brooklyn Bridge is. There used to be a terminal here called Park Royal Station from the Brooklyn Rapid Transit Company. Of course, it's not here anymore. But the story about what happened about 100 years ago started in this area. Well, John Francis Highlander was the mayor of New York at the time. He calls up the company officials from here to the owners of the Brooklyn Rapid Transit Company, where the terminal used to be, here, to announce that the engineers were going on strike on November 1st, 1918. So this is where the tragedy started, in this spot. I'm at the train museum. This is from the old car from the BRT. Brooklyn Rapid Transit. These cars will be using same time from November 1st, 1918 in the Westview. And unfortunately, an accident, because these cars are made out of wood. The original roof on these trains was much higher, but it has to be shaved off because it can't fit in certain tunnels. Like I have a detail here. So it's much better. You see lights, and there's supposed to be a bell here. Well, that's where the bell is right there. That's to indicate the movement, especially when we walk. I'll show you the Williams cab. Which is right here. In the old days, BRT had the movement controller on the right and the brake hand on the left. And the RT is the opposite. So that's how they operate these trains. And those lights up there I'm pointing at is where when they were lit up, they tell the tower operator what line this train's supposed to go on. Luckily, Mortimer and Franklin and Fulton misread the lights. Otherwise, they would have had a disaster at the end of Oh, by the way, they call gate cards for a reason. Gate cards. GAT. B. The conductor had to manually open them up. When the device opens, it gates up. I'll show you when we get to the other side. Here you go, there's the gate card after the conductor opens up. And you get on it. You can be careful with the knob. And there you have it, the inside of the car. Now, during the World's Fair, these cars were converted to the Q cars, which is a different equipment altogether. They're much heavier later on. Also wood, but more concrete. That's what it looks like. This is how people sat in these cars that are standing in 1918. Yes, so the train left Park Row in the evening with that dispatcher, and the train was having, well, actually, the replacement worker, or the scab, as you like to call him, was having problems, and he was operating erratically, so almost had an accident at Fulton and Franklin. Lucky this tower operator didn't do the switch, because if he had went on the switch, he would have derailed right there. So all these people decided that this guy is not what he's cracked up to be, and they had to leave the train. So he kept operating erratically, and he ended up crashing in the tunnel north of Prospect Park. 6 miles per hour curve. He was going somewhere between 45 and 70 miles per hour, depending who you're referring to. This is one of the victims on the train was saying, survivor. So, the mayor, I think he was a judge at one time. John Francis Highlander? So he was called a hanging judge. He was going to try them, and I think he was going to convict them or something, but doesn't show how this was happening. But I don't think that any of those officials or that motorman ended up going to jail. The problem was with the system is they didn't upgrade a single system and some timers, and this is an area that definitely needed one, and for some reason it was never in there. We don't know if it's John Francis Highlander's at fault for this, but it could be that the company didn't want to spend money. We'll never know. Well, the ironic thing about the whole thing is that at the end, the company went bankrupt. They reemerged around 1923, and they became the Brooklyn Manhattan Transit. But even as a new company, they couldn't shake John Francis Highlander, the tragedy, and the financial problems they were going to occur, because about 1925, John Francis Highlander had an announcement to make. His son-in-law made it for him, and read that the city was going to form a new system called the Independent, the IND. And the idea was for the IND to take over the profitable routes from both the Brooklyn Manhattan Transit and the IRT, the Interborough, killing both companies. So, in the end, John Francis Highlander won, and whether it's BRT or BNT, he lost. And 97 people died for what? Politics. Alright, so this is Al Can. Say good night. Don't forget to stop. And if you celebrate All Saints Day, happy holiday night.